Hello and welcome back to the Cube Counselor. We actually have a cube this week. We have the Live the Dream cube here on MTGO. So we got some cube back. Doesn't look like we'll be getting to the arena cube, at least here on the show. I did have fun drafting it. But yeah, for our purposes, again, we're trying to stick to a bi-weekly schedule. So sometimes we miss some things that sneak in. So I like the name of this. I tried purposefully to not look into what this cube was about. I wanted to go into it completely fresh, in the nature of the show, just trying to, um, stretch myself a little bit, get a little uncomfortable, um, and get in there in the spirit of cube and trying, different things. I will admit, about an hour or two before I recorded this, I did see the wonderful, awesome JBro, Team JBro on Twitter and Facebook and Twitch. I saw Jonathan draft this. I saw him play it. Listened to him talk a little bit about it. So I already broke my self-imposed rule there, but still don't really know a ton about this format. So, but did want to kind of go in blind, but it didn't work out. I couldn't turn away. JBro has not been streaming very often. We thank him for his service to his community um, up in Wisconsin. With the terrible things that are going on up there and around the world, he's been marching for Black Lives Matters, and we definitely support that and want to support him when he is on stream. So unfortunately, I didn't. I couldn't look away. I did watch quite a bit of his stream, but it didn't get a ton of tips or strategy. So I still feel like we're going in pretty fresh here. So while we wait for this to load up, in the spirit of living the dream, and I'll have to look up the gentleman's name. I just saw him post about it on Twitter that he was selected to do this cube, so that's got to be a big dream for him. What's your magic dream? We'll try to stay positive on this video. We'll try. Excuse me. We'll try to focus on the positive. There's a lot of negatives. I mentioned what the amazing Jonathan Brostoff is trying to do in his community, um, and there's been some disturbing news in the cube community as well. So that being said, we're going to try to focus on positive things. So my dream in Magic is pretty much at this point just to go to CubeCon and maybe 3-0 one of the pods there. And right now my dream is to try and 3-0 this particular cube. So what do we have here? Order of Midnight, pretty good. We've got some good lands. Prophet of Crifix. Soul Herder, I'm a sucker for that. So if we're living our dream, then we are taking Soul Herder first. We're not going to worry about, obviously that's a signpost. That's one thing you look for in draft. Listen to the amazing Cultic Cube or other persons talk about cube theory. That's one thing you look for. I think, Vernon Catacombs is probably better in this type of, it seems like, again, from what I saw, mid-level power cube, or I don't even want to say mid-level. I'm just not powered, unpowered cube. But we love Soul Herder. We're living our dream. We appreciate that the curator of this cube has put this card in here and helped us live our dream today. So we are definitely going to take that. And we will move on to the next pack. Eternal Witness. Okay, boy, we are living our dream. One of my favorite decks ever in Modern is the Soul Herder Blink deck. So what are we gonna hope to wheel here? We could take the land and hope that this comes back. But yeah, we're definitely gonna have to prioritize our lands if we're going Bant right away. But yeah, we want to live the dream here. This card is also very intriguing. If you can see this, played this in Ikoria Limited. It gets bigger if people try to do damage to it. Kenrith is very good, so you could live the 5-color dream. So you got a lot of dreams to live here. Rakdos fun, Underrealm Lich fun. Coffin Queen, bring things back. You could definitely live a lot of types of dreams. And you know, if you're thinking about that, what were your dreams when you first started in Magic? You know, obviously I started a long time ago. I've mentioned several times, 20 or so years ago, around Odyssey block. You know, and I think I did have dreams of, you know, going to GPs and doing things like that briefly. But now that I'm an old man cuber, you know, again, my dreams are pretty simple. Three owing on Magic Online, which, you know, trophying, which doesn't happen too often. Oh, okay. That froze. I was like, I thought for a second it was a double fetch land. So let me read through some of these. And again, while you think of what your dream is going to be, we'll probably take the Mana Dork. This is the one. Awesome that we got the Godzilla art in here. That's living the dream too. Some of these amazing alt arts that I've seen in here. I wonder if he was able to ask them to put those in there. So I think we will take the Dork and hope for more Dorks. Hope for some fixing. Maybe the Shadow Spear comes back. Oh, this is a fun card. M21, hadn't seen that. Is giving them a 4/4 Angel better than what they had? Maybe. We could definitely use that as our removal. Dig Through Time, very strong. Again, probably the stronger card, but again, we're living our dream. We've got the Soul Herder first, so we're going to go ahead and take that. When enters the battlefield, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you this turn. Okay, so that's fun. We're going to take the Dork, and we're going to move on. Lotus Cobra, probably what we want. What does this triome? Sensor could be all right. Sorry, I got to read some of these. Trying to do another live one here. We have not done a live video in a while, but I do apologize. With the new cube, I do have to read. So, you know, again, give you a chance to think about and hopefully even comment. I haven't gotten a ton of comments lately, so if we're talking about dreams, that's my dream is to right now is to get a few more downloads with this, maybe even or views, I guess. Maybe even get to 100 views per video, get a couple comments on there. We would definitely appreciate that. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. Time or money and take an extra trip. All right, I don't think we're living that dream. Probably the Lotus Cobra dream. Stick with the plan here. Lotus Cobra doesn't blink well, but it does create extra mana to do what we want to do. We're going to go ahead and take that. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card if its power is greater than each other creature's power. At X mana. Oh boy, is Collected Company in this cube? Because we're talking about living dreams here. I want to Coco into all these cards. Again, one of my favorite combos. If we get Ephemerate, we've got kind of an infinite loop there, so we'll see. Attacks create a 2/2 green wolf token. It's tapped and attacking for each creature card in your graveyard. Ooh, that does seem good in general, but we're going to take the cheaper card. Maybe we can even blink something and keep drawing a card. Temur Ascendancy. Oh, Luris. Oh, there we go. All right, we're going to take the Ephemerate here because that's kind of what we're doing. But again, there may be more powerful cards in here, so let's just go ahead and take a look. Again, what would be your dream in this pack? What would you have taken to this point? You know, even if you don't comment, you know, think to yourself, you know, Soul Herder always pulls me in. So to be honest with you, I'll have to go back and look at, you know, I know there was Verdant Catacombs and Hallowed Fountain, I think. So those were probably the best picks. But did we miss a sweet zombie deck? That's also fun. Luris, I think, is very strong. Should probably be taking the Luris here. Could we wheel the Ephemerate? 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be 2 picks left. So probably what's coming back is probably Winding Way and, you know, probably this card. So we'll take the Ephemerate. We're living our dream. I did, again, I did cheat a little bit. I saw that in J-Bro's draft, I did see that pass, so I kind of knew. But when you see Soul Herder, I think you kind of think that. Hopefully there's a Miss Meadow Witch or something along those lines. Um, we're barely in blue, but this is a pretty good card. I think this card is very good too from Jumpstart. Exile another creature you control, then returns to the battlefield under its owner's control. So that's what we want to be doing. And then um, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay green or white if you do. If it's a unicorn, oh boy, I hope we get some unicorn tribal going. We're definitely taking that. This looks super fun and exactly what I want to be doing. Now where are we at? Nothing really great. We could, I mean, it's 8 mana, but it's kind of our alternate win condition. We'll probably take that. Instants and sorceries have lifelink. We're probably not on the Soulfire Grandmaster, though a 2/2 lifelink isn't the worst. We'll take this. If we get a bunch of dorks as well, then we can live that dream as well. It's not Craterhoof Behemoth, but I think it's actually a fixed Craterhoof. Is Craterhoof in what looks like this becomes untapped. You may pay 2 if you draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts a spell from anywhere other than their hand, draw a card, discard. So maybe it's Pilferer instead, but we're taking that. We could have Jingatha as our exile target creature card from your graveyard, then populate. Stuffy Doll fun. Jingatha could just be a free. No. I mean, we might get there companion-wise. These two are already the same. If you don't know, companion, it has to have different mana costs to be your companion. You know what? I want to try this, though. Never played that card. We did get this back, so we'll go ahead and take it. Draw a card, activate this ability only if you created a token this turn. Oh man, that looks fun. All right, we're getting heavy on the 3s here. Probably should have taken the idol here. Oh, we will take this. Not the best removal. We're hoping for better, but let's read this one again. At the beginning of combat, create a red-white. Oh, that's super fun too. A lot of fun signpost cards. We'll take the Sundering Titan or Sundering Growth for the sideboard. Search target opponent's library for an instant or sorcery card. You may cast it. All right, we'll take Nyx Weaver. Probably don't end up playing it. We'll take Winding Way. It's not bad on the wheel. Could get a creature or land. Can play a couple less lands, but we'll see. We'll try to remember that we have those green cards in the sideboard. Good cards on the wheel. I think we're in the right colors. Again, we just have the blue for this, so we do need some fixing there. We have Lotus Cobra, we have Gilded Goose, so that really helps. Really excited to try this card. Very excited for this beautiful unicorn. Again, in the interest of positivity, it's not to say that negative emotions or I don't know, I don't even know if you can even label emotions, just are what they are, right? Negative is more about our response to it, but challenging emotions, difficult emotions. We probably want the foothills here, right? What's this? The emotions, negative, whatever you want to call them, challenging emotions aren't a bad thing. If it's not their turn. Not sure about that one. We don't have a ton of creatures for power or more that could untap. It could just be Night of Autumn, given our blinky blinks. We're going to take the foothills here and hope the Night of Autumn comes back. Hope we get something we can grab with the foothills. I like Rada because she gets lands off your deck. Oh, we probably need the irrigated farmland with the foothills. What else we got? Angel of Sanctions could be fun to blink. We'll see if that comes back. Dawn of Hope whenever a player gains life. Probably not in that. Counter target spell you may choose to targets. Okay. And then Fauna Shaman we could use later to find our Soul Herder, but again, we've kind of got two Blink Lords here, and we've got the Ephemerate, so not too worried about that. We could also exile our own in response. I forgot about that. So we'll see. We're going to take the farmland just because we do want some fixing. And now maybe I'm overcompensating a little bit, but again, let's remain positive. We're thinking through our picks. We're living our dream here. We've got so many great cards that we want to play. Soul Herder itself, you know, you want to blink cards that have enter the battlefield effects, but, you know, we could even blink this. But it does get bigger as you blink things in general, so it itself becomes a pretty big threat. But we do want enter the battlefield. Okay, Kitchen Finks would be good. Sublime Epiphany just seems like a bomb and a half. We might just want that to kind of protect everything if we can get to it. Dryad would be really good. This is the Sultai one, right? Love that art. That art is amazing. Whenever it deals combat damage, choose a card in your hand. That player guesses whether the card's mana cost is greater than 4. That's awesome. That is amazing. We're going to hope that that wheels, and we're going to take Sublime Epiphany and just feel like it's kind of a game-ending defensive bomb. I could be overrating it just because of the way it played in Limited, but we're going to go ahead and take that. See what happens. Watery Grave. Oh, Mirror Entity. It's like, you know, another way to pump. We haven't seen too many other dorks that I remember. Okay, that's kind of a crazy dork. We got Seagate Oracle. We could go Blink and Seagate Oracle. We could, oh man, we could go 4 colors like that. Could go Beast Within. Oh, so many 3s. We're in trouble here. Probably don't want the Chupacabra. All right, we'll take the weird mana dork. Maybe we ramp into that. Oh, it's only creature spells. I don't know. I don't think this pack is great. We could take Settle the Wreckage. I don't know how defensive we want to be. Yeah, let's take it. Let's take it. We're getting a little pretty far off of our plan here. That's okay. We'll see how it goes. We still got, I think, a lot of the key blink elements. Glacial Fortress is probably what we want. This is pretty good. What's this one? Oh, I like this card. Whenever another non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X. When you do, put X. Yeah, so we can get bigger. And I can keep doing it with Soul Herder blinks. I think I like that. I like Recruit of the Guard to get my Soul Herder. Guard enters the battlefield, you may search your library. Kind of need this too. One of these two will probably come back, right? I want to try this though. Again, let's live the dream. Let's try to blink whenever another non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control. So that's any creature. We can make him huge. He's only got reach, not trample, but that could get out of control. That'll be fun. We need some lower drops. Vanifar finds what we want, so we probably want her. Brynborn, Kessig Wolf Run, Cast Out, Caracles would be a good blink. Could create tokens over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 are coming back. I'm going to predict it's Wolf Run. Maybe Angrass Rampage. Or no, probably Rhinehorn. This could be a good finisher. We can also do it with Amiria. So you're creating 5 power of cats, and then you can keep blinking it. Vanifar, however, finds what we want, but I think that's more of combo. Oh, that Night of Autumn didn't come back last pack either. All right, let's take Caracal. That would be fun. Faith Fetters or Unexpectedly Absent. I like Faith Fetters. If we have something that can blink a permanent, would be good. I like this art. Is that Megatron? That's pretty sweet. Can't really blink it. Oh, or this. Yeah, let's go with that. We still got a whole pack to go to find removal. We could blink. Don't want to blink Elshnorn, but... Alright, Shaman of the Forgotten Ways. Add 2 mana of any combination. Again, spend it only for creature spells. Each player's life total becomes the number of creatures they control. For 11. Did we take that other one like that? No, we didn't. That might come back. We're going to take Sun Petal here. Nothing too exciting. Whenever I play... Oh, duh, here's Night of Autumn. Okay. Sweet. That's another one we want to blink and blink and blink. Whenever... Oh, yeah, we already looked at that. Alright, let's see. Maybe that Dryad comes back. I mean, we're just... It's just a glut at 3s. I don't know if this is the 3 CMC cube in general, but... Ronus' Last Stand. Create a 5/4 snake. Oh, yeah, that's a cool card. But I think we just want Fauna Shaman here. We want early drops, and then, you know, she can search. She can search for stuff and junk. We have a lot of non-human... Oh, that's human. We have a lot of non-human creatures, so that's good. Okay, Dryad did come back. May not even need to play it. Lets us play extra lands, so that's kind of a ramp. Again, not seeing the dorks, so don't know if they're being taken or we're just not seeing them. I believe the other thing I did find out about this cube is it is a 540 cube, which I believe all MTGO cubes have to be 540 cubes. I think that's just their format. So we may not see, you know, sometimes that's just the way it goes. I forgot what the exact math is. I think it's 360. Ooh, Beast Within to destroy anything. We are a little light on removal. Or pump our dudes. I love this card. I used to play it in, what's this guy do? Oh, it's the instant or sorcery guy. I used to play, what was I going to say? I used to play it in a Tree Folk deck. One of the first decks I played when I got back, and I just love the heck out of it. I feel like Dream Eater is what we want to blink. That's what I'm drawn towards. Right away. It does have a powerful effect in that format. Again, I don't... Oh, Waymate Rocket's good too. Could get lots of birdies. Oh no, we probably want this. Enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. We've got a couple ways to get blue. 3 life and draw a card over and over again, probably pretty good. Ooh. Riot's probably pretty good. Whenever one of our creatures control fight or become blocked, draw a card. Alright, so we've got some good stuff here. I doubt this comes back. Seedborn Muse also one of an all-time favorite card for me. Again, played that in my during the Siege Tower Tree Folk EDH deck just because, you know, it's got the big butt and just, you know, really powerful, but we don't have a ton of instants, so this probably comes out. Where's that other guy? Yeah, we're probably not populating much, so we'll move that. But yeah, I think Guard Mage is what we want. We don't have a ton of 4s, and that's an excellent blink target. Doubling Season Fund. This is probably what we want. Again, these arts are a great choice. I don't think I've ever even seen this MTGO special. Great Henge Good, Protection, Ramp. What do we want? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we want to be able to cast our spells, so we're probably taking that. Um, but I didn't even know. I know. Have we seen a dual land yet? But um, hmm, do we want protection? I mean, we already have some pedal irrigating. No, we got to go. We have a fetch. We want at least one thing we can fetch. Excuse me. Sorry, I keep belching today. Sorry about that. Rash me. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, reveal the top card of your library. You may cast it without paying its mana cost if it's a spell. I don't know. I don't. I would probably need that Rada or something to manipulate the top of my library. Could be good though. When Garrick's Uprising enters the battlefield, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. I don't think we're quite there on that. I don't even know if we're playing this Hydra. Is it Beanstalk? Just to get a land. Kind of ramp. Is it Rashmi? I have a buddy who loves Rashmi. I think plays it in EDH and Modern. I can't say if I think that's a powerful enough ability. You keep you don't really cascade, but it's kind of a look at the top card and hope it's something good. Cloudscape is good for blinking. Let's go with that. Maybe Rashmi comes back. Bloom Tender for each color among permanents you control. So it's probably that. We have Savannah too. I do feel like we need some more ramp. We only have Gilded Goose. This. Count this as a 2-drop. Well, I mean, if we took Temple Garden, we probably have to take Savannah, right? But Bloom Tender in a 3-color deck seems pretty good. Yeah, let's take it. Maybe the Savannah comes back. Maybe people don't. Nobody else is in green-white. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it doesn't have the same name. Okay, so we could blink and draw extra cards. Yarok doubles. Oh, I think it's too late to try and splash. Splash green, right? I mean, try to splash black. Um, green spells as though they had flash. That's fun. Revelark Return. Oh boy, this is a tough call. I love Yarok. I really want to play this. I've drafted Revelark before in cubes, and I never end up playing it. But this might be the deck for it. And we're going to take it here. Do love that card, so I'll lean towards that. Wish we had some red so we could blink that. Maybe should have taken some other fixing so we could kind of play what we wanted. Equip a legend, no. Triple our mana. That's fun. Exile this and target permanent. Say gets 1/1 for each other. Again, sorry about all the reading. No, this is not the most thrilling. Hopefully you're thinking about what you might take here. Target player sacrifices an attacking creature. You create. And for each color among other legend. Okay, so it's not that. This is just, we can return it with Revelark. Yeah, let's try that. Probably not playing it though. Land an opponent could produce. Flicker Wisp is probably what we want. Yeah, some of these cards I haven't even heard of. These Commander I'm not really familiar with, or Conspiracy, other sets like that. Empowered Auto Generator enters the battlefield tapped. Put a charge counter on Empowered. I'm feeling pretty good about this, though. Again, we did not see any mana dorks, but This is going to be a fun one. I'm pretty excited. I'm glad we took Soul Herder first. Again, we didn't really see blue, but I think we got enough. Whenever you cast a permanent spell with X, no. So it's Flicker Wisp for another blink effect. And a 3/1 flyer is pretty good too. It's probably Hinterland Harbor. That's going to be really good. Oh, what do we got here? Create a 3/3 Centaur and populate. I'm going to take the fixing. I definitely feel like I need... Well, there is some sort of legendary theme here, so that'll be good to note for the future. Whenever you cast, that's something I'm not good at either. I should have been really paying attention. I really haven't looked at the red cards and really in depth. I love this card, so maybe there's cycling theme in here. Man, I think one of the formats I've actually done pretty well in was Amonkhet Draft, and this card was insane. But yeah, so there's got to be some sort of cycling -1/-1 counter theme. All right, so we're taking the harbor. Oh, Rias and Seedborn came back. Create a token that's a copy of that creature for 6. Probably not what we need. Do we want to untap mana? Do we need that for anything? What's our 5s look like? We don't. There's probably some sort of flash theme. I'm just going to take Rias. I think it's good on its own. And then, oh, we did get Incubation Druid. So I think that's a good... Because that can, change into a higher... At the beginning of your upkeep, you have 40 more life. Well, that's fun. Another a commander staple. So there must be some sort of life gain theme. I think it's Garrick's Uprising, but I don't think we're playing that. Polukranos Unchained. Part the Water Veil. Probably not playing that, but could. We have some decent... now we have some pretty heavy ramp here. These Grim Monolith wannabe cards. Oh, we did get Yarrick back. Or we can cast green creatures at flash speed. Let's live the dream and see. We'll see after sideboarding if there's some way we can bring that in. And yeah, probably should have taken that 4/4, but we don't actually have a ton of green creatures in general. So let's get these lands out of here and see where we're at. Okay, so only 4 cuts. It's probably Winding Way, since we have Fauna Shaman. And we can make some other cuts, maybe settle the wreckage to the sideboard. One of these, probably not playing Endrace Forerunners, although maybe we could just jank them out, get to 8 mana, and then, yeah, just play that. So I will build this, and yeah, again, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know how you're feeling, what you're feeling on Soul Herder in general, in the Blink archetype in draft. I love it, so I'm already loving this cube that it has it. The cube that I get to play in paper often has it. It's definitely up there amongst my favorite archetypes. So I'm very excited about this. So we'll be back with some gameplay videos, and we appreciate you as always tuning in. I know these draft videos get a little bit long when we do the draft live, but I do like to mix them in there so you can kind of hear our thoughts on new formats and things like that. So we will see you in a second. All right, we are back. And of course, I forgot to take a picture of the deck. So we're just going to jump right into it. It's a Blinky deck. You can imagine what it is, and you'll see most of the cards in this match, as it was a very, very fun one that I wanted to highlight. And it does all the things that we wanted to do to live the dream, including mulliganing. You saw the hand there, not really playable. Sorry it went so quick, but yeah, we had to mulligan, so not always a great start. But then we play a Bloom Tender, and we have no white or blue mana here, so we're kind of in trouble. So we Winding Way, and bam. Winding Way looks at the top 4 cards. You choose creature or land before, if you don't know what it does, and we chose land, and we got there. We got there in a big way, so pretty excited there. We're not playing a ton of spells anyway, so we we could have, realistically guessed with 30 cards left to hit. But that was, yeah, that was really good. Then we play our new unicorn friend. You can take a look at that one. Um, yeah, really fun to try this new jumpstart card here. But yeah, we look like we're struggling a little bit. We're feeling like we're a little bit behind here because we didn't have the right colors right away. But that's why you play these kind of decks. That's why I enjoy these kind of decks. You can kind of looks like you're about to be down, but then again, our opponent didn't do a ton. They played Thrill Possibilities. I thought they were going to be Reanimator or something when they discarded that, but we never did see that. So then we start the Blinking games, and we blinked one of our creatures, got a counter here, then blinked Flicker Wisp to get rid of his Luris for the turn. Even though I didn't see a ton for him to abuse with Luris, but still 3/1 lifelinker. He seems like it was more of a lifelink strategy, so maybe just playing for that lifelink mechanic on there. So we continue the blinking. Try to keep up. I'll slow it down a little bit. Wildborn Preserver was so good in this deck. I don't think I had ever played with this card. Maybe I did in draft. But yeah, when non-humans enter, you can pay X and pump it. You will see a little bit of an error here. I did report this bug. The mana from Bloom Tender was not allowing me to use it for this ability. I should have had 3 mana for. So this actually got me a little tilted that I was going to eventually lose the game because it wasn't big enough or something like that. Because opponent has 100,000 cards in hand. Then he Cavaliers down my Soul Herder, which obviously is not great. That's kind of our engine here. I think we've gotten enough value. Eternal Witness got some things back. We had blinked their Archangel already, so then we play the Honored Hydra. We ended up sideboarding this out afterwards. Was okay, but ended up bringing in some other stuff later. This was the first match of the league. So yeah, then I got real nervous. Uh-oh, here comes the big horse. If they gain life, obviously. Again, now we start seeing what they're about. They have 100 ways to gain life. Then they get those 5/5 horses. This makes it indestructible. They gain life, gets more counters. So, our little tiny babies are sweating here. We do have the 6/6 Hydra, which was insanely good here. For that reason, just kind of kept some of their stuff back at least. But now we drew a huge card. Again, I'm describing this match as fun, and maybe that's because, because I kind of had the win, the busted, pretty much win if you draw this style of deck, with at least with what we had going here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to counter that triggered ability. We're going to copy our Eternal Witness to bring back the Soul Herder. Could have also brought back the Sublime Epiphany, but I figured if I bring back the Soul Herder, I can blink the Witness, and now I've got the Infinite Loop. This is something where I guess, I should highlight here, we talk about draft and particularly Cube is kind of what we're focusing on. That's kind of where I'm at with playing Magic. But I think playing this style of deck in other formats, particularly in Modern, really helped me kind of know what lines I was looking for. It may seem simple to very seasoned players; they can kind of see it, but for somebody like myself who doesn't play all the time, I have trouble seeing like storm lines and decks I'm unfamiliar with. So a deck like this that I'm pretty familiar with, I felt like that really benefited me here. Kind of seeing, again, to some people it might have been obvious there, but kind of knowing what to blink. I will say I did take a lot of time on the clock, so maybe I was overthinking things here. And then I kind of shoved here, and that was a mistake. That was a huge mistake. I did get some damage in, but not realizing how big the Cavalier had gotten. Yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake. I should have waited. Got a little rushed when I started. I think when I started to notice, oh my gosh, it's game 1, and I've already taken off 8 minutes on my clock, and they're at 19. So did get kind of a sense here at the end that again, they saw me blink that back, so they kind of knew that this game was pretty much over. But they, maybe saw that I was lower on the clock and decided to run it down. But I'm only speculating. Again, we're trying to stay positive. Maybe he had something else in his deck. He wanted to see if he could play it out, he or she. Although he says his name is Ron, so. But yeah, you see here at the end some more blinking of of Eternal Witnesses. Again, to some people may seem like an unfair loop, something they don't want to do, but to me, insanely fun. Now he still does have Archangel of Thune, so it was good that I drew this here. And another unintentional consequence of playing Settle the Wreckage is it does pump your Soul Herders, which I did copy with Sublime Epiphany. For those who don't know, it does a million things: counter spells, activated abilities, returning. So it's pretty much a blowout card, especially in this where I have kind of a loop to return it. Now I will choose here just because I think I have it locked up that I'm going to return. I do end up shoving with everything here just because I see that I'm low on the clock and just kind of want to get the damage in. And then I was worried he had his, oh my god, I had a heart attack there, that he had his own Settle the Wreckage. But he does just make that just to block, gain some more life, draw some more cards. Well, he couldn't draw there, but. And again, this time we're going to bring back Settle the Wreckage. He's only got one attacker, so. Again, seems like we locked it up here again early. It looked like we were really in trouble. He's got those indestructible horses. He's got, Cavalier of Dawn, and he's got Archangel of Thune. But this is why I like this style of kind of grinding out these kind of wins. Again, is fun to me. I didn't have a ton of removal in the deck. I drew the Soul Herder, I'm sorry, the Settle the Wreckage when I needed to, and that really helped. And then obviously we had the Riftwing here if we didn't. But yeah, not a ton of removal in this deck, but man, it did everything we wanted it to do there. I'll keep this brief. The draft went a little bit long. I won't show you Game 2. Game 2 went a little quicker. I think he ended up conceding pretty quickly to Soul Herder and Riftwing Cloudscape coming off of Suspend. Which again, for people who don't know, this bounces a permanent when it comes in. So again, with Soul Herder, I can blink it at the end of turn, every turn. So this will get bigger. I'll return another permanent, and it'll kind of just go on and on. I didn't even have to cast Ephemerate, I don't think, in the whole league. We're staying positive, so this is not a bad beat story, but to just want to explain, I was very close to the 3-0. I was excited to kind of say this is my first trophy since we started recording on the channel. But we didn't get there. Game 3 of the finals, I think by turn 6, I think we had 3 lands in play and didn't have the right colors. So we just kind of stalled out, but I felt like the deck was very good. I have seen a couple other people draft it, Frank Lepore, Jonathan Brostoff, Caleb Durward, but I didn't, at least in their drafts, didn't see any key piece maybe we didn't get. Maybe even the Mana Dorks were, other people wouldn't recommend going into Bant, but I felt like we had the fixing. Some cards, again, like Ephemerate, I don't even think I ever cast. No, that's not true. I think I did to defend a creature in one game, but be that as it may, I felt like it was a lot of just find Soul Herder, get the engine going. I had some awesome games. Revelark has been a creature where in Blink strategies I haven't necessarily loved it, but there was, I think, a time where opponent played Rolling Earthquake, killed all of my creatures, and I think they forgot, because then I was able to return the aforementioned Wildborn Preserver, which was amazing. And I think it was Bloom Tender or something else at the time. So I got back 2 of the 3 creatures they tried to kill, and just, this just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. This card impressed me so much in this type of strategy, just because you're constantly bringing back, I had, maybe 1 or 2 humans, but not many. And yeah, maybe that's what the designer of this cube kind of saw that. Maybe not. But I had a lot of fun in this. I almost got that trophy. I really felt like, we were in Game 3 of the finals, and we had decent draws. Maybe could have mulliganed more aggressively. I had a 2-land hand, and had a couple draws at it, and just didn't get there. So again, don't want to say it as a bad beat story. I know people don't like to hear those, but just kind of explaining what happened there at the end. We almost got there. We got our play points back. We're going to run it back. We'll see. By the time you're watching this video, unfortunately, if this excites you, unfortunately, the cube will be gone. You know, it's here and gone in a week. So I'm definitely going to be running it again. So maybe you'll see a couple other videos on here. Maybe I'll talk about, you know, my experience overall drafting this. But I'm excited to run it back. I've seen some other people draft it. I hope you got a chance to too. Again, we're staying positive here. It's awesome to see these cubes on MTGO. You know, that was notorious for years. You know, kind of running Modern Cube, Vintage Cube, Legacy Cube, giving other cubes a chance, and you know, really acknowledging how much cube designers really think about their design. And I'm not here to speak ill of the design of the WotC cube. I'm sure the ones they put up online are well thought out. But, you know, there is a certain amount of, you know, they do put in a lot of the new cards so that you see them. And that's fine. I love to play with the new cards and want to see how they interact. But, yeah, just seeing these, you know, very finely tuned